Well, hello, basketball fans. I'm Bill Hampton, along with my partner tonight, Terry McVeigh. We're at the Kennett Indians gym to bring you a big game between the Kennett Indians and the Poplar Bluff Mules. This game was originally snowed out or iced out, and they're playing on a Monday night. And we're just glad that we're here and appreciate all the help that we got from the Kennett school system to help bring this game. Terry, we've got two quality teams going head-to-head.
We sure do. We have both the teams are the number one seeds in their respective districts. Poplar Bluff is the number one seed in the Class 5 district, which is going to be played at Poplar Bluff. And Kennett's the number one seed in what's going to be a very competitive Class 3 district, which is going to be held here in Kennett. Both teams are quality teams. Poplar Bluff comes in with a record of 17 and 5. Kennett comes in at 17 and 4. Both teams will defend. That's one of the things about these teams you're going to see tonight is that they're going to play. You're going to see some defense. Poplar Bluff will defend. They'll probably defend harder than any team that Kennett's going to see this year. You know, Coach Frazier grew up in the Charleston system, and they play like the Charleston team. They defend you, and then they come up and defend you even more. Kennett will press. They will use their quickness and double team, and they use quick hands, quick feet, and double team and try to create turnovers. So there's going to be a lot of good defense in this game. Poplar Bluff has the size and probably the athletic advantage. Kennett may have the quickness advantage, but I expect a very good game.
I think Kennett's going to want an up-tempo game, where Poplar Bluff's going to want to play a slower pace game.
Poplar Bluff will, I think so, because Poplar Bluff does have the height advantage. They have Jay Ralston at 6'6" who can play underneath. But if you concentrate too much on him or try to contain him underneath, he can move out and he can hit threes, he can hit mid-range jumpers. He's one of only 6 players in the history of Poplar Bluff basketball who has scored 1,000 career points, and that's a long history and a long, a well-known history of high school basketball. There's only been 6 players that ever scored 1,000 points in their careers, and he's one of them. But if you concentrate too much on him, you've got some other guys that can hurt you from the outside, such as Jake White or L.J. Johnson underneath. They've got other weapons besides Ralston. So I think Kennett's going to have their hands full tonight. Poplar Bluff's going to have their hands full with Kennett's quickness, but I think for the just sheer size and athletic ability, I think Poplar Bluff has the advantage.
Well, Poplar Bluff got a big win Friday night at Notre Dame. Ralston fouls out with about 6 minutes to go. Kind of looked like the game was over for Poplar Bluff. We listened to it on the radio. A lot of guys stepped up for the Bluff. Coble had a big part in it. White had a big part in it. Also Johnson. And Bluff really got a big win at Notre Dame.
Yeah, L.G. Johnson, I believe, has stepped up his game to I've seen him since he's a freshman, and you always tell he had the potential. I think this year he's actually stepped up his game and fulfilling some of that potential. Poplar Bluff had a big win on Friday night. Kennett had a big win on Friday night. They beat Dexter by 3, and Dexter's a much improved team from the Dexter team that we saw earlier in the year. And a week ago, Kennett had a really tough game against Caruthersville and beat Caruthersville by 4. So Kennett's been tested quite a bit. And one of the problems Kennett's been having is with the kind of pressure defense they play, and they do play a lot of hands, and they reach and they try to steal the ball. They've gotten their 2 main guys, which is Caruthers and Garmin. They've been getting in early foul trouble. So Kennett's going to try to keep the Garmin and Caruthers out of early foul trouble.
Well, let's tell you tonight's game brought to you by Three Rivers Community College, New Wave Communications Cable, Lincoln Lacey Motors in Malden, First State Community Bank, SEMOSportsWeb.com, Glen Sane and Rector Kennett and Paragould, First National Bank in Kennett, Malden, Dexter, and Clarkton, Sane Flooring in Kennett, and also Crow Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear attorneys here in Kennett. Referees tonight, John Jones, Lee Jones, and Tim Harmon. And we'll introduce you to the players here in just a moment. Good crowd on hand to see two good ball clubs.
Tell you, this year, of course, I'm from Kennett, and this year, this Kennett team has had the city of Kennett and the town talking about basketball more than they have in several years.
We're going to stand for the playing of the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and remove your hats as Kennett Senior Will Caldwell sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Will Caldwell, a student here at Kennett, singing the national anthem. A beautiful job. And now we're ready for some basketball, folks. We're going to do the starting lineups for the Poplar Bluff Mules. Their head coach, Lamont Frazier, Dustin Benson, assistant, along with Jim Davis and Jim Carrier.
Gymnasium, tonight's varsity contest against the Mules of Poplar Bluff and your Kennett Indians. Now for the lineups, first for the Mules. Number 11. Greg
Poplar Bluff will wear the red. Number 11, a 6'2 senior, Greg Coble.
Abraham. Number 24, Jay Ralston.
Lee Abraham, number 20, a 6'1 senior. Number 24, Jay Ralston, a 6'6 senior. Number 35, Drake White, a 6-foot junior. L.J. Johnson, a 6-foot senior, wears number 44. It's Johnson, White, Ralston, Abraham, and Coble. For the Kennett Indians, number 4, a 5'9 junior, Cameron Wallace. Number 10, a 5'10 junior, Fred Garman. Number 15, a 6'2 junior, Roderick Brothers. Number 22, a 5'10 senior, Dwight Usry. And number 32, a 6-foot senior, Jimmy Gooden. That's Wallace, Garman, Brothers, Usry, and Gooden. Head coach for the Kennett Indians, Jim Vaughn, assisted John Patton, Aaron Bidewell, and Philip Caldwell. Folks, we expected Andy tonight. Cold outside. Hopefully we're going to have a barn burner inside. They've got the fire chief standing by. They got the fire chief standing by just in case. Glad that you joined us on YHC. This is our 51st game to bring you this basketball season on our channel. 33 different schools, Terry. We will have brought basketball, had their team on our station. 33 different schools.
And that is a special thing, especially for a high school kid and fans of a high school team, be able to see their team on television.
Poplar Bluff will control. Ball passed back down to Ralston. He missed the dunk. Kennett with a rebound. Garman into the front court. Poplar Bluff will be in a tight man-to-man defense.
And you said tight, and it's going to be tight.
Yep. The SEMO Conference, I think Tyler summed it up best Saturday when we were doing Notre Dame and Dexter. They play a very special, aggressive man-to-man defense.
Well, and it's indicative of what's usually played in Southeast Missouri as opposed to the rest of the state. We play a more physical, a tougher defensive game than most teams around the state play.
Wallace being double-teamed in the corner. Coble takes the pass away. Coble with it for the Mules into the front court. Gets it to White. White tries to go inside to Ralston. He gets the ball back. Gets it to White. White puts it up, scores the first two of the game. Jake White, the 6-foot junior.
A little mistake made by Gooden underneath by trying to save the ball in underneath the other team's basket.
Kennett gets the loose ball, and Dwight Usry gets the first bucket. We got a tied game.
Turnover against Poplar Bluff caused by the Kennett pressure. As Fred Gorman putting the pressure on number 11, and it caused a turnover.
6:56 left in this first quarter. Crothers with the ball. Wallace on the wing, gets it back to Crothers. Crothersville on a drive, puts up one for 12, scores it.
Crothers got by Ralston on that. Ralston got out of the defense trying to make the steal, and Crothers made him pay.
Get it in a man-to-man. Abraham with it. Coble gets the ball back to Abraham. Kennett also in a man-to-man defense, and they do have quickness. Coble inside, puts one up from 15. No good. Garmer with the rebound. Tries to hit Crothers with it, or Usry with it. The ball taken away by Coble. Turnover on the Indians.
That's their second.
Oh, nice pass down to Johnson inside the lane, puts it up. Johnson with his first two. 4-4 with 5:50 left in the first quarter.
He's a 6-footer that plays bigger.
Wallace for the wing for three, will not go. White with the rebound. Poplar Bluff looks like they want to run with the ball, Terry. White puts up a jumper, scores it. Tough shot by Jake White, he scores it.
They're not afraid to run with the ball, especially if they can get a break off of their defense.
Well, Poplar Bluff is like Kennett. They have about 10 guys they can go with, so fresh legs will be in there all the time. Nice bounce pass down. That time to Gooden. He couldn't get it down. Kennett still with the ball. Kicks it out to Crothers. He drives in on a runner. Kennett get it to go. Rebound by Ralston. Went way up for that. 5:10 left in the first quarter. Mules on top by 2. Ralston down to Johnson. He puts it up, scores it. Johnson now with 4. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Crothers has it. Skips it over to Wallace. Back out to Gorman. He's going to work against Coble. Goes in on a runner. Won't go. Tipped up. Nice tip that time by Garman.
Garman stayed with it.
We've got a foul on Garman. It's going to be his first, team's first. A lot of substitutions checking in for the Bluff. Number 30, Marler. Number 5, McCain. And number 32, Sherm.
Balls and Grantham in for Kennett.
Yep. Shot put up by McCain. Will not go. Gets his own rebound. Coble from 17 scores it. Greg Coble. Quickly down. Oh, they're good. Fast break at time as Jake Walls knocks it down on the layup. 8-8 with 4:20 left in his first quarter. Coble with a shot, gets the bounce. Good soft touch. Kennett quickly down the floor. Ralston with the steal.
That's 2 long passes Kennett's tried that's been turned over. Intercepted by Poplar Bluff.
Nice takeaway by Garman. Garman with quick hands. Still with the ball. Gets it over to McKay. Puts it up. Will not go. Tipped around. Grantham tipped the ball that time. Out of bounds off of the Indians. Turned over to the Mules. Mules up by 4 with 4:01 left in the first quarter. Ralston will inbound. Full court press by the Indians. Indians in a man-to-man. Ralston will handle the ball. Gets it to White. White skips it over. And ball shot by Nick Schrum. He scores it. We've got a quick timeout with 3:47 left in the first quarter. Or a ball out of bounds, excuse me. Johnson checking back in for the Mules. Ralston going out.
Yeah, the Poplar Bluff pressure caused the turnover.
Well, I guarantee you, we have seen them play against Dexter, and their pressure and their fresh legs constantly into the game will wear on you. But Kennett also likes to sub, and they go with fresh legs all game.
And both teams will guard you, then they'll guard you some more.
White with the ball, tried to bounce it down inside. Ball out of bounds off of Kennett. Good hustle that time by Lack. Inbounding for the Mules will be Marlar. 3:32 left in this first quarter. White with the ball. Gets it to Schrum, but taken away that time by Shavers. Shavers in the game for the Indians. Gets it to Grantham, to Lack. Lack puts it up from three, will not go. Rebounded by McCain, he puts it back. Or rebounded by Walls, that is. He put it back, would not go. We're going to have a reach foul by Andy Lack, his first, team second. 3:09 left in this first quarter. Checking back in for the Mules is Ralston, also Abraham and Coble.
Wallace back in for the Indians. Both teams will you'll see that the whole game.
Yeah.
Both teams, they'll both substitute freely. They'll both go 8 or 9 deep, and they both keep fresh legs in.
But you know that says a lot for both teams. They've got excellent players. Long three-pointer that time by Schrum. He knocks it down. The first three of the night by either team. 17-8, biggest lead by either team. Ball taken away by the Mules. Johnston loses a handle on it. Wallace with it quickly in the front court. He's going to drive all the way, puts it up. We got a block foul. Foul will go against Nick Schrum. His first. Team's first. The line to shoot two will be Cameron Wallace. Wallace is a 5'9" junior.
One of the better shooters on the Kennett team.
These free throws brought to you by First National Bank. First National Bank with locations in Kennett, Malden, Dexter, and Clarkton. First National Bank for all your banking needs. Stop in the First National Banks. Wallace cans a second. 17-10, Poplar Bluff on a run.
Kennett lost their man.
Shot put up by Zach McNulty. He's into the game for the Mules. Mules up by 9 with 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Wallace on a drive all by himself. Ralston with a block. Ball tipped around. Garmin comes away with it for the Mules. Walls has it, kicks it out to Wallace for three, will not go. Rebound on the floor by Coble, and he gets the ball to Abraham. Abraham to White for three, will not go. Rebounded that time by Walls. Walls gets it to Garmin. He'll work against White. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Mules up by 9. Kennett needs a bucket. Terry, I think Poplar Bluff is just as quick. Garmin for a long three in downtown Kennett. Garmin knocks it down. Poplar Bluff quickly down the floor. White gets the layup.
But beating
White now
Kennett
with
down
6
the
in the
floor.
quarter.
They have a couple of times in this quarter.
Well, I am really surprised the way the Mules are running with the ball. Shot put up that time by Shavers. It's short, rebounded by the Bluff. Coble quickly in the front court, puts up a shot, will not go. Shavers with a rebound. He's quickly into the front court with the ball. He gets it over to Garmin. Garmin going to work against Coble. Garmin from 17, in and out. Rebound tipped around.
Kept
Goes
live
back
by
to
Walls.
Gooden puts it up and in. Jimmy Gooden with his first two. Yeah, Walls kept the ball alive. 21-15. We're under a minute left in the first quarter. White down the floor. Pulls up, shoots, will not go. Rebounded by Kennett. That was Walls rebounding the ball. Shavers into the front court. Gets it to Wallace. Wallace back to Shavers. 40 seconds left. Wallace on the corner. Wants the ball. He drives in. Kicks the ball out to Garmin. Garmin for three. We're in and out. Rebounded by Coble of the Mules. Ralston quickly down the floor. Slips down. They're going to call a walk. 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Substitutes coming in for both teams.
Brothers back in for Kennett wholesale. Hole 5 in for Poplar Bluff.
Yep. We're going to give their starters a blow here. Garmin with the ball. Gets it to Walls. Ball's back to Garmin. Garmin down in the corner to Crothers. Crothers with a spin move, loses a handle on it. Kennett fighting for the ball. Ball tipped around. Ussery comes away with it. Garmin at the three-point line, gives it up to Crothers. Crothers for three, will not go. Rebounded by Ussery. We're down to 3 seconds. Garmin puts one up at the horn and score. Fred Garmin from 12 feet pulls Kennett within 4 at the end of the first quarter. It's the Mules 21, Indians 17. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Kurt Hillis at Lincoln Lacey Chevrolet. We've got a full line of GMC, Chevrolet, and Buick products. I'll pass it over to my Ford man, Charlie Thacker.
GM's not your thing? Come check us out here at the Ford Dodge Jeep store. Check out my man Blake on the internet, lincolnlacey.com.
If you don't have time to come down to Malden, check us out on cars.com or autotrader.com, and if you need financing, I'm going to pass it to my man Robert Sanders.
And our ultimate goal here at Lincoln Lacey, no matter your situation, is to pass the savings on to you.
So you're wondering what's the better deal, cable or the dish? Well, let's see how they size up. The dish has no local office, no ability to provide their own high-speed internet or phone for bundled savings, and can require a 2-year contract with hefty early termination fees. Cable, on the other hand, has local offices, its own high-speed internet, and phone services with a lot of great features. New Wave Communications, there really is no better choice.
Back to action.
Fast-paced first quarter.
Oh, very fast pace. Griggs in for Poplar Bluff. Everybody else has been in. We've called their names.
But I thought the pace was going to favor Kennett by going out that fast, but Poplar Bluff's jumped out to a 9-point lead. But then Poplar Bluff caused a few turnovers, and Kennett got back to them 4.
Good rebound that time by Ussery, or by Gooden. I saw the 2, and I thought it was 20.
Jimmy Gooden, just a good. He's 6 feet tall, but he's a big man. He's Kennett's big man.
Schramm puts up a 3, will not go. Garmin with the rebound. Kennett on the run. We're going to have a foul. Going to go against the Mules.
And again, Kennett's playing their pace. Now, Poplar Bluff likes to play this way, or looked like they liked to play this way in the first quarter, because they were certainly out quicking and out and being faster than Kennett to the ball.
Garmin the line to shoot 2. These free throws brought to you by Sane Flooring. Sane Flooring, located on the South Bypass in Kennett. Call 888-2007 for all your carpets, rugs, coverings, carpet cleaning. At Sane Flooring, stop in and see those fine folks, Steve Horton and all the gang.
Another wholesale substitution for Poplar Bluff. They bring in 4 new players. They're going to go 10 deep on the Poplar Bluff bench. Kennett will probably go 8 or 9.
Who made that? Was that Ralston?
That was Ralston. Show why he's one of the better offensive players in Southeast Missouri.
His first 2 of the night. Kennett quickly down the floor, and ball knocked out of bounds by the Mules. Wallace checking back in for the Indians. Going out is Jack Walls. Also coming in is Adam Grantham. Checking out is Jimmy Gooden. Garmin will inbound the ball. Kicks it out front to Crothers. 6:50 left in this second quarter. Just what we thought this game would be. Both teams just going at each other. Garmin behind the back dribble, gets the ball over to Wallace. He puts it up. Will not go. Ralston with the rebound.
Double teaming Ralston back with the ball.
White gets it to Johnson. Johnson drives in, scores it. Johnson's got a soft touch with that shot, Terry.
He's developed basketball skills over the years.
Poplar Bluff in a trap. Garmin knocks it down for 3. He has 12 in the first half so far for the Indians. Koval had time with a drive, can't get it to go. Wallace comes away with it on the run. Gets the ball to Usry. Back to Garvin. He puts it up for three. Short. Ball thrown off of the Indians, out of bounds, will go over to the Mules. Mules lead by 1 with 5:50 to go in this second quarter.
Shavers in to give Garmin a little rest. That last shot showed his little fatigue.
McCain checking in for the Mules. Ralston will bring the ball down. The big 6'6" postman can handle the ball very well.
He gives Coach Fletcher a lot of options.
Coble puts up a shot, too hard. Kennett with the rebound. Usry down the floor, loses a handle on it. Ball on the floor. Grantham saves it out to Carruthers. Three-pointer that time, put up a Shavers, would not go. Rebounded by the Bluff. 5:15 left in the second quarter.
Quick in the offense to get that one off.
Ball shot by Abraham, would not go. Coble ran it down. Poplar Bluff still with the ball. The 1-point lead. 5 minutes left in this second quarter. Coble off the glass, scores it.
Okay, Shavers jumps out of the defense to try to get the steal. When he jumps out, it makes it to a 5-against-4 game.
Wallace splits the defenders. Gets it to Usry. Usry for three. Scores it. We got a tie game. 27 all.
We got Kennett 3 for 9 from 3.
Ralston with the ball. He'll drive the lane. Puts it up short. Rebounded by the Indians. Crothers down the floor. Puts it up. We're going to have an offensive foul. Offensive foul will go against Carruthers.
That's his first, I believe.
Yep. His first, team's third.
The call was that the defensive player, he may not have been completely still, but the defensive player had good defensive position, and the offensive player caused the contact, and that's why the call was made. Not everybody from Kennett agreed with it.
Poplar Bluff fans did.
Poplar Bluff fans agreed with every bit of it.
Ralston with the ball, gets it down in the corner to Marlar. Shot put up that time by McCain. He's his first bucket. Gives the Mules a 2-point lead. We've had 5 lead changes. We've had 5 lead changes.
Got him past the defensive player.
Poplar Bluff with the steal. McCain puts it up. Will not go. Gooden with the rebound. We got a foul against the Mules. Foul will go against White. His first. Team's third.
Poplar Bluff looks like their coach wants them to be pressing.
3:51 left in this first half. We've seen a dandy so far, folks.
They're trying to trap the ball in the corners. Kennett is very quick.
Gorman out front with the ball, gets it to Wallace. Wallace for three, will not go. Tipped around, and Trum comes away with it. Then to White. McCain in the front court. Shot three-pointer that time, put up by Marlar, will not go. Kennett with the rebound. Gorman has it. Gets it to Grantham. Three put up that time by Shavers, will not go. Out of bounds off of Kennett. Poplar Bluff will control. Lack checks in for the Indians. Going out is Cameron Wallace. Andy Lack, a 5'9" junior. Both teams have a lot of young players, Terry.
They have a lot of young players, and Lax is an excellent shooter. He's one of those guys that will shoot because that's what a shooter does. Shooters shoot, and he's a good shooter.
Ralston goes out. Trump comes in. Garner with a steal. What a quick play and quick hands. We got a tied game with 3:05 left in the first quarter, and we've got an offensive foul against the Mules.
Foul on Coble.
Greg Coble's first foul. That's a frustration foul.
Most definitely. When you're getting pressured that hard, it just gets frustrating. You push off. And he's right in the middle of the court. It's kind of hard for official to miss it.
Shavers puts it into Lack. Lack with a runner. He puts it up, but he's fouled. The line to shoot two will be Andy Lack.
Be chance for Kennett's first lead in a long time. So it's maybe very early in the game.
These free throws brought to you by First State Community Bank. First one good. First State Community Bank located in Malden. Keith Grantham, the president there. Located on Business 25. Stop in and see all the fine folks at First State Community Bank. Second one will not go. Rebounded by Ralston. Gets it to White.
Kennett's going to keep the pressure up. They're going to try to double team the ball everywhere it goes.
Shrum with it in the corner. Gets it into Ralston. Ralston going to drive the baseline, scores it. Ralston with a power move.
There's a whistle. We don't know why. Coach Frazier's trying to get this team's attention.
That's our 7th lead change of the game already, Terry, in the first half. Garmin with the ball, working against that press. Poplar Bluff trying to trap.
Kennett's a tough team to trap because they are so quick, especially when Garmin or Carruthers are on the floor.
Black with the ball, gets it to Garmin. Black with it, back to Garmin. Garmin's going to try to work, puts up a three-pointer, short. Rebounded, tipped around. White off his fingertips, stays with Kennett. Good with the ball. White just couldn't get the handle on it.
Kennett's going to swarm you.
We've got a timeout with 2:15 left in the first half. Mules on top by 1. We'll be right back.
I chose Three Rivers Community College because it's a great place to start.
I'm taking the same freshman and sophomore classes as at a university, but at TRCC they cost a lot less and financial aid goes further. I love the individual attention. My teachers are great and classes are convenient. Learn more at www.trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Start here, start now at Three Rivers Community College.
Learn more online at trcc.edu.
Well, welcome back. Terry, we've seen a dandy so far.
We have, and I think Coach Vaughn called a very good timeout that time. Kennett's running so hard up and down the court, and it's a young team. And sometimes when they're playing at that speed, it's kind of like catching an amoeba. You just can't corral them in sometimes, and kind of tighten them up. And I believe that was a good timeout to call.
Lack from the corner for 3, scores it. Andy Lack, as you said, Terry, he's a shooter. And he's not afraid to put it up. Ralston loses a handle on the ball. Kennett comes away with it. Grantham gets it to Carruthers. Carruthers to Lack. Lack with a runner, scores it. Lack now with 6 in a quarter. Kennett on top with their biggest lead of 4.
Gotta keep pressuring.
Ralston gets it to White. Long three-pointer that time by Michael Griggs. He was almost in the parking lot.
That might have been an NBA range.
Garmin knifes the way through, scores it. Wow, are we seeing a game here at the Kennett Indian Gym? 1:15 left in the half. Griggs has it from the free throw line. The jumper scores it. Coble, that is. 37-36. Indians lead by 1 with 1 minute left. Ralston with the takeaway and loses it out of bounds.
It's 10 turnovers on the Mules in this first half.
McNulty and Marlar checking in along with McCain for Poplar Bluff.
Ushery's in for the Indians. Replacing Grantham.
Lack from a long 3 will not go. Rebound tipped up. Tipped up again, but Johnson comes away with it for the Mules. McCain has it, tries to get it to Johnson. Good takeaway by Carruthers. Get it quickly in the front court. Carruthers tries to hit Gooden with it. Ball off his hands. Poplar Bluff with it with 40 seconds left in the half.
Gooden didn't see it coming.
Marlar for 3, will not go. Rebounded by Gooden. Carruthers into the front court. Still with the ball.
With Carruthers and Garmin on the floor, this pace favors Kennett.
20 seconds left in the half. Kennett with the ball with a 1-point lead. Gooden has it, and we're going to have a stepped out of bounds. Turnover on the Indians.
That's the 10th turnover against Kennett in this quarter, and that could be a big one because there's 15 seconds left. You assume Poplar Bluff's going to play for the last shot and try to go in with a 1 or 2 point lead. The worst they can go in is a 1 point deficit.
Abraham into the game, has the ball.
And
Poplar Bluff turns it over.
Kennett pressure.
Yep.
The Kennett pressure. Garmin goes for the steal, disrupts the rhythm of Abraham, and he throws it out of bounds.
Yeah, and Poplar Bluff had no reason to be in a hurry.
No.
Had plenty of time to get across the timeline, and they took it and just started driving.
But the Kennett defense forced them to get in a hurry.
Yep.
They won't let them slow up.
Crothers going to put one up from 3. Short. Johnson with the rebound. 2 seconds, 1 second. As the horn goes off, the end of the first half. It's the Kennett Indians 37, Poplar Bluff Mules 36. We'll take a break and be right back.
People ask me how we always win awards from GMC Truck at a Rector dealership for sales, service, and customer satisfaction.
It's important our customers enjoy doing business with us. They tell their family and friends about us, and that's why you see so many Glen Sane nameplates throughout Northeast Arkansas and Southeast Missouri. Our customers are like family.
I'm Danny Ford, owner of Glen Sane. We're very proud of our American automobile. Come and see us, and God bless our troops.
Well, we're here at halftime. It looked like the Kennett Indian cheerleaders going to do a dance routine to the pep band here. So we'll give you some quick stats. Let's just watch the cheerleaders, then we'll give you some stats.
Okay,
well,
let's go while they're doing that.
Here at halftime, let's give you the scoring real quick for the Kennett Indians. He leads all scorers as Fred Garman with 16 points. With 6 is Andy Lack. With 5 is Dwight Usry. 4 with Jimmy Gooden. 2 each to Jack Walls and to Cameron Wallace. And also Roderick Crothers had 2. Kennett 5 for 6 from the free throw line. For the Poplar Bluff Mules, they're led in scoring by Greg Coble with 8. 6 each to L.J. Johnson and Jake White. 5 to Nick Schrum. 4 to Jay Ralston. 3 to Michael Griggs. Also 2 to Kendrick McCain. No free throws shot by the Mules. What do you have for us for turnovers, Terry?
Well, on the turnovers, I have Poplar Bluff committing 12 turnovers, Kennett committing 10. 3-pointers, Poplar Bluff is 2 for 6. Kennett's 4 for 14. So Kennett's going to rely more on the 3-pointers, Poplar Bluff. We expected that. And an extremely fast pace to the game.
Yep.
We thought Kennett would want to do that. We didn't think Poplar Bluff would necessarily want to do that. But Poplar Bluff came out running right with Kennett. They built up a 9-point lead at one point and looked like they were going to pull away and take control of the game, even though Kennett was playing pretty well. It was just Poplar Bluff's athleticism and size was beating Kennett down the court and to ball the ball. But then one of the reasons Kennett's plays like they do is that's what their quickness allows them to do. That's what their ability allows them to do. And by pressuring the ball and causing the turnovers, they got right back in the game. Not only got right back in the game, they were up by 1 and were up by 4 at one time. So it's just a whale of a game.
Been eight lead changes in this first half. Kennett's biggest lead's been 4. Poplar Bluff's biggest lead's been 9. So both teams have been up. And I tell you, folks, we're seeing a dandy. Tonight's game brought to you by Three Rivers Community College, New Wave Communications Cable, Lincoln Lacey Motors there in Malden, First State Community Bank, also SemoSportsWeb.com, Glenn Sane and Rector Kennett and Paragould, First National Bank in Kennett, Malden, Dexter, and Clarkton, Sane Flooring in Kennett, and also Crow Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, Shear attorneys here in Kennett. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back for the start of the second half in just a minute. Well, welcome back. Great halftime entertainment by the Kennett cheerleaders and the Kennett High School, I guess that's pep band. And great music. Enjoyed that. And we're ready for basketball. Terry, again, I am just really impressed, both teams, the way that they're able to go up and down the floor. Yes, there's been turnovers, but with those turnovers, with the speed of the game, you expect that.
There's going to be turnovers when you play the game the speed that both of these teams are playing. I think it'll be interesting to see what adjustments are made at halftime by the coaches. The first half, I think the tempo was pretty well dictated by Kennett. That's what Kennett wants to do. With their pressure defense is to get the up and down game and to get and take advantage of their quickness. I would think, like we predicted at the first of the game, that Poplar Bluff will probably want to slow it down some, probably want to establish Ralston underneath a little bit more, take him off of the middle of the court and around the key where he was, and try to establish him more underneath the basket, maybe slow down the game. Also, by getting him in there and speeding the ball down and slowing it down, they might be able to get some fouls on Kennett, maybe actually get the free throw line. But we'll see what happens with the adjustments as the second half starts.
Well, you'd think with Ralston with his height that they would want to post him down low, with Kennett not having anyone that near that height.
And
Johnson's also big too.
Yeah, he was 6 foot tall, but he's big. He plays a lot bigger than that.
Well, we're underway in the second half. Mules with the ball. White has
trying to play off of two high posts.
Coble gets it to Abraham, to White. Kennett still in that tight
They're trying to establish Ralston underneath, and he draws the foul on Carruthers. And that's his second.
His second, team's first. Poplar Bluff will inbound. White has it. Puts one up from 12. Will not go. Tip back up by Johnson. Johnson now with 8 in the game. Poplar Bluff on top by 1.
Poplar Bluff's in the zone now. They're going to try to trap the ball in the corners.
Yeah, they're going to go with a half-court trap. Oh, nice pass down underneath to Gooden from Carruthers. Poplar Bluff Kennett back on top by 1.
But Kennett was able to spread that zone out. Whenever you spread a zone out, you can find some seams. Kennett spreads the offense. That's the offense they run.
Ralston to Abraham. Abraham working against Gooden. White working against Wallace.
And now
Poplar Bluff going to throw it away. Turnover on the Mules. 6:42 left.
Saw a little bit difference on the defense that time. Carruthers was guarding Johnson, and Usry was guarding Ralston. I really don't think you want Carruthers guarding Ralston, because whoever's going to guard him, if he's going to post up underneath, they're going to get in foul trouble.
Poplar Bluff in a 1-2-2 half-court trap. Let's call it a 1-2-2.
Kennett's going to try to spread the offense and find the seams.
Garmin thought about it, pulled it back.
They're probably going to bring Carruthers up, which they are, bring Carruthers up from the baseline and try to attack it that way.
Now Poplar Bluff in a 1-3-1. Ball passed out of bounds by the Indians. Checking in for the Mules is Schrum and Marlar. Going out is Johnson and White. 6:10 left in this third quarter. Indians lead by 1.
The pace of the first 2 minutes of this half have been in Poplar Bluff's favor.
Very slow pace, very methodical. Gorman going to be called for the foul, his second. team second of the second half. Ralston will inbound. Gets the ball to Schrum.
Okay, you got Carruthers and Garman both with 2 fouls, and you don't want them to get any more this quarter for sure.
Coble from the corner, can't get it to go. Schrum put back, will not go. Coble with the rebound, sticks it back. Coble now with 10. I tell you what, he plays big.
He does play big, and Poplar Bluff showed their height advantage on that series by getting 3 shots at the basket.
Mules back up by 1. Oh, nice pass inside, but he couldn't get it to go. Was good, Jimmy Gooden.
And that's what Carruthers can do. Carruthers' court sense and the way he sees the court is as good as you can see and get it in high school.
Marlar passes down to Coble. Back out to McCain. McCain will set the offense. Gets it to Schrum along the baseline, or to Marlar on the baseline. He puts it up and in. Marlar's first 2. Tough shot from that angle,
Yeah,
Terry.
Wallace stopped him. Wallace did defensively what he's supposed to do.
Wallace puts up 1, but Ralston blocks it out of bounds. It will stay with the Indians.
Wallace did what he's supposed to do. He stopped him on the baseline, but Schrum just leaned back and made a tough shot.
Johnson and White back in for the Mules. Usry tries to pass down in a corner to Carruthers, but tipped out of bounds by Ralston. 4:55 left in the third quarter, 42-39. Like you said, the game is slowed to a real slow pace. It favors the Mules. Kennett with good ball movement, good spacing by the Indians.
And for Kennett to speed things up, they're going to have to make some baskets.
Passed inside that time to Gooden. Couldn't get it to go. Usry with the rebound. Wallace has it, drives the baseline. He's cut off. Garman back to Wallace. Wallace skips it over to Usry, who has the ball taken away by Ralston. Ralston with very quick hands. Usry going to be called for the foul. It's going to be his first. Checking in for the Mules is Abraham Coble and also McNulty. Grantham checking in for Kennett.
Along with Walls.
Coble puts up 1 from 18. Will not go. Tipped around. Gorman comes away with it.
Yeah.
Mules on the run. Gorman drives in. He's going to be fouled. Foul's going to go against
McNulty, I believe, on a
number
reach.
12, McNulty, his first. It's his second. Well, now they're going to call it on Coble. Coble's second, team's first of the second half. Nice inbounds pass to Carruthers, who makes a tough shot with a man on him. Indians back within 1. 3:45 left in the third quarter. Oh, good pass inside to White. He scores. Good pass that time from McNulty to White.
Good off-screen, good off-ball screen. Freed him up for the layup from the corner. He went around the off-ball screen.
Three-pointer at time, put up by Carruthers, will not go. Mules with the ball. White has it. Gets it to Abraham, puts it up, will not go. Rebounded by Walls. Gorman quickly into the front court, still with the ball. Oh, nice shovel pass that time to Gooden. Ball blocked by Johnson. Gooden puts it back up, will not go. Mules with the rebound. We've got a timeout on the floor with 3:04 left in the third quarter. We'll be right back.
People ask me how we always win awards from GMC Truck at a Rector dealership for sales, service, and customer satisfaction.
It's important our customers enjoy doing business with us. They tell their family and friends about us, and that's why you see so many Glen Saint nameplates throughout Northeast Arkansas and Southeast Missouri. Our customers are like family.
I'm Danny Ford, owner of Glen Saint. We're very proud of our American automobile. Come and see us, and God bless our troops.
Well, welcome back, Terry. We were talking off camera during that timeout. complete different game this half versus the first half.
Poplar Bluff's controlling the tempo of this half. It's their tempo. Kennett's going to have to try to do something to speed it up, but in order to speed it up, Poplar Bluff's going to have to miss some shots, or Kennett's going to have to make some shots and create some turnovers. If you noticed, one of the two buckets they had, that play worked again.
Yep.
He was
Marler
open
got a
again.
good shot. He just couldn't get it to go down. Kennett quickly down the floor. Good save there by Walls. He gets it to Crothers, who puts it up and in. Crothers with the 4 1/4, 6 in a game.
That was an ill-advised long pass by Shavers, but it freed up Crothers to knife through the lane to make that basket. And again, Kennett pushed the ball when they had the chance.
Marler gets it to Coble. Coble from 12 will not go. Ralston with the rebound to put back, scores it. He'll go the line to try to convert on a 3-point play. Ralston now has 6 in a game, and this is the first free throw coming up for the Mules. Foul that time on Jimmy Gooden, his first. Team's fourth.
But Ralston was underneath the bucket that time.
Yep.
In order, he was in position to get the rebounds instead of being out at half court or out by the key.
Can't get the free throw to go. Mules on top by 3, 2:15 left in the third quarter. Grantham with the ball. Gets it to Walls. Crothers with it, puts it up for the free throw line, scores it. Crothers with 6 1/4, 8 in a game. Poplar Bluff quickly into the front court. Oh, back by that time by McCain. He scores it. Back when you and I played, that would have been called a walk.
It would have been. Now Kennett's tempo has picked up the tempo, and they've forced a little bit more tempo.
Inside to Grantham, he puts it up, can't get it to go. He tips it around. Coble comes away with it.
That's about 3 layups. Kennett hasn't been able to convert.
McCain drives in, puts it up left-handed, going to be called for the charge. Good defense by the Indians.
Adam Grantham stayed in and took the charge on that one.
Usry and Gorman checking back in for the Indians. 1:33 left in this third quarter. Poplar Bluff in a 1-3-1 3-quarter trap. Take away that time on an errant pass by Abraham. Abraham with his first 2.
I was about to say that Poplar Bluff was kind of playing into Kennett's hands by putting on the press, but sure didn't. That sure proved me wrong.
Jordan Marler called for the foul. His first, team's third of the second half. Gorman will work against Abraham. He gets a screen from Grantham.
Poplar Bluff's going to stay in the zone.
The zone has kind of slowed the Indians down, Terry.
It has. All their offense is about 30 feet, 25, 30 feet away from the basket now.
Got too far out to shoot. Walls with the drive on the baseline, throws it up left-handed. Will not go. He got his rebound. A fake underneath that time. Rebounded by Shavers. He gets it to Walls, and Walls puts it up and in. He'll go the line to try to convert the 3-point play.
Shavers is instant energy. He makes the bad shot on the drive, but he gets his own rebound. Instead of going back up again where he's going to get the shot blocked, he finds Walls underneath. Very, very intelligent play by Shavers.
Wallace checking in for Gorman for the Indians. Foul that time was on Marler. He now has 3 fouls. Team has 4. Both teams with 4 fouls. Free throw short. Abraham with the rebound. He's being double teamed. He gets it to White. White gets it to Johnson. Mules with the numbers. Johnson with a good spin move, scores it. Big move by L.J. Johnson.
That was a good basketball move. He gives a good spin move and takes it hard up to the basket, draws the foul. That was just a basketball player's move.
Adam Grantham with the foul, his first. Johnson gets the free throw to go. Johnson now with 11. 53-47. Mules have quietly pulled ahead by 6 with 25 seconds left in this third quarter. Wallace with the ball, picks his dribble up. Gets it to Usry, back to Wallace, to Shavers. 15 seconds, clock running.
Again, The Kennett offense is 25 feet away from the basket with 7 seconds to go.
Three-pointer put up by Crothers, will not go. A stick back by Jack Walls. Couldn't get it down to end the third quarter. It's the Mules 57, Indians 47, or 53-47. We'll be right back.
I chose Three Rivers Community College because it's a great place to start.
I'm taking the same freshman and sophomore classes as at a university, but at TRCC they cost a lot less and financial aid goes further. I love the individual attention. My teachers are great and classes are convenient. Learn more at www.trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Start here, start now at Three Rivers Community College.
Learn more online at trcc.edu.
So you're wondering what's the better deal, cable or the dish? Well, let's see how they size up. The dish has no local office, no ability to provide their own high-speed internet or phone for bundled savings, and can require a 2-year contract with hefty early termination fees. Cable, on the other hand, has local offices, its own high-speed internet, and phone services with a lot of great features. New Wave Communications, there really is no better choice.
Terry, what kind of stats do you have for us?
Well, just to show you how much the tempo changed, Poplar Bluff had 12 turnovers in the first half. They had 1 in the third quarter. Kennett had 10 turnovers in the first half. They only had 3 in the quarter, and that's not because either team wasn't playing as good a defense as they did in the first half. It's just that the tempo was slower.
Poplar Bluff's gone to a 2-3 zone. Well, their zone has really played havoc with the Indians. Gorman for the corner for 3, scores it. His first points of the second half. Fred Gorman now with 19. Indians needed that bucket. Ball passed down underneath the Ralston. Gets the handle on it, gets a shot up, and he's going to be fouled.
Again, Ralston's playing underneath the basket this half.
First State Community Bank brings you these 2 free throws. First State Community Bank located in Malden. They're on Business 25 or North Douglas. Stop in and see Keith Grantham and all the fine folks at First State Community Bank. Second one knocks it down. Ralston now with 8 in the game. 55-50, 7 minutes, 30 seconds left in this game. Johnson with the takeaway. Abraham has
very
at the top
tough
of the
pass
key.
to make. A diagonal pass, long pass across the court diagonally. You're not going to get that pass.
Ball thrown into Ralston, tipped out of bounds by the Indians. It'll stay with the Mules.
Referees conferred to make sure they got the call right.
55-50. White with the ball. Gets it to Ralston underneath. He puts it up, scores it. He gets the ball in there, Terry. Just pretty well write it down.
No,
Kennett with a race, or with a break. Wallace with a reverse. Would not go. Ralston with a rebound. Mules up a 7 with 7 minutes left in regulation.
Well, Kennett did what they needed to do that time. They just didn't convert the layup.
Ralston with a slam. He drove that one home, folks. Poplar Bluff back up by 9. Their biggest lead of the night was in the first quarter by 9. Now they're back up by 9 here. Lack for 3. He's a shooter. Knocks it down. We've got timeout with 6:35 left in this game. We'll be right back.
That was huge.
Hey, I'm Kurt Hillis at Lincoln Lacey Chevrolet. We've got a full line of GMC, Chevrolet, and Buick products. I'll pass it over to my Ford man, Charlie Thacker.
GM's not your thing? Come check us out here at the Ford Dodge Jeep store. Check out my man Blake on the internet, LincolnLacey.com.
If you don't have time to come down to Malden, check us out on Cars.com or AutoTrader.com. And if you need financing, I'm going to pass it to my man Robert Sanders.
And our ultimate goal here at Lincoln Lacey, no matter your situation, is to pass the savings on to you.
All right, welcome back. I tell you, Terry, Andy Lack has got 9 points in this game. He's got 2 threes. And I want to tell you, the young guy, he's not afraid to put it up.
Well, he's a good shooter, and that's what shooters do. But that was such a big shot because Poplar Bluff is threatening to pull away with this game, get it out of reach. Ralston had scored about 4 to 6 points right in a row, including the big slam dunk. Poplar Bluff's controlling the tempo, and Kennett needed to do something quick, and that 3 by Lack may be what they needed.
Bluff with
Got
the
him
ball.
back in the game.
Bluff with the ball. Indians in a very tight man-to-man defense. Marlar gets around Gorman, puts it up. Big drive that time, but John Marlar, he now has 4 in the game. Kennett quickly down the floor. Crothers put up a shot. He missed it. His rebound by Gorman. Gorman's fouled. Kennett will take it out underneath their own basket. Coble and Johnson checking in for the Mules. White and Ralston going out. Foul that time was on Kendrick McCain, his 4th.
Kennett usually tries to do something that's going to free Crothers underneath right there.
He's in traffic, takes a dribble, puts it up, didn't score, tipped it back, got his own rebound, put it up. Will not go, but he'll go the line to shoot 2.
Kennett's had trouble finishing their shots this half. I don't really know why. Of course, Poplar Bluff's bigger and they're contesting the shots, but they've had trouble finishing several layups.
Foul on Nick Schrum, his 1st. These free throws brought to you by Sane Flooring. Sane Flooring on the South Bypass in Kennett. Stop in and see Steve Horton and all the fine folks. If you're in need of carpeting or any type of flooring or any flooring cleaning, stop in. Sane Flooring in Kennett. Wallace back in for the Indians. Crothers, second free throw, knocks it down, now has 10 in the game.
I don't know what Crothers' free throw percentage is for the season, but in the 4th quarter, it's definitely higher than the rest of the game. He's a clutch shooter.
Kennett with a big takeaway and the ball.
That's only the 2nd turnover Poplar Bluff this half. Bad shot.
Shavers threw one up. We've got a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here. Terry, I don't know. I guess Poplar Bluff called timeout.
I guess they did. I don't think the coach knew they did because he was wondering himself.
Yeah, because Poplar Bluff had the numbers and had the ball.
Well, they had to call timeout because the ball was alive and they had the ball.
Yep. 61-56. Mules with the ball, the 5-point lead with 5:38 to go. Plenty of time left for the Indians.
Especially if they can get the tempo heated up a little bit more. This quarter they've turned it up a little bit. They've been able to turn up the tempo somewhat. And if they can continue to do that, a 5-point lead with a fast tempo isn't that big a lead.
No. not with 5.5 minutes to go.
And Ralston's not in the game for Poplar Bluff.
Coble out front, throws it in to Schrum. Schrum gets it out to Abraham.
They're still trying to establish something underneath it, even without Ralston. And they're taking their time. They're not in any big hurry, and they don't need to be. They got a 5-point lead.
Poplar Bluff does a lot of screening on that man-to-man.
A lot of screening, a lot of movement, and a lot of chasing by Kennett.
Poplar Bluff's not in a stall game. They're looking for the high percentage shot. Johnson with the ball.
Extended his arm a couple of times, no call.
Ball taken away by the Indians. Quickly down, thrown to Crothers. He does a pump fake, goes inside, puts it up. Johnson with the block. Coble has it for the Mules. He'll get it to Abraham. 4:35 left in the game. That could have
been a big bucket.
Wallace with the takeaway. Kennett with the numbers. Wallace drives in, puts up a scoop, scores it. Good move by Cameron Wallace. Indians back within 3 with 4:20 left to go in regulation.
So you're going to see Ralston, some of the other starters, Ralston and White come back in for the Mules.
We got a foul against Kennett to go against Jack Walls. His first. White, McCain, and Ralston checking in for Poplar Bluff to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
I believe it'll be Johnson.
It's L.J. Johnson. He is 1 for 1 from the line. He has 11 points in the game. .414 left in regulation. We've seen a dandy here, folks.
We have. Now, and Johnson's turned into a very dependable double-digit scorer for the Mules this year.
Well, I'm just real impressed with Johnson. I mean, his bulk, the way he moves, his athleticism.
Now, this game, we've seen some very good basketball moves from him.
Second one wouldn't go. Rebound by Walls. Poplar Bluff in a
Big
full
trip
court
for Kennett.
press. Carmen go to drive, pulls it back. Still with the ball. Gets it to Shavers. Shavers to Gorman. Gorman puts up a three. Will not go. Ralston with a rebound on the short shot. Mules up by 5 with the ball with 3:50 left in the fourth quarter.
That probably wasn't the shot Coach Vaughn wanted from Gorman at that time.
Shavers picks Coble's pocket. Coble had the ball in out there. Shavers said, here, I'll take it.
That's 4 turnovers on the Mules in this quarter.
Wallace with a drive, puts it up, will not go. Johnson with a big rebound for the Mules. McCain into the front court. Loses a handle on the ball, but Bluff gets it back. Johnson has it top of the key. Down to 3:15 to go.
Okay. Poplar Bluff very wisely. We're getting a little sloppy there but by trying to run. They're very wisely. They pull the ball back and set up their offense.
Wallace going to be called for a holding foul. 3:11 left in the game. Marlar checks in for the Mules. Going out is Coble. That's Wallace's first foul, 18th foul against the Indians. To the line for a 1-and-1 will be Kendrick McCain. He has 4 in a game. He's not been to the line yet. Checking in for Kennett. Back in is Crothers and Gooden. Walls and Usry going out for the Indians. McCain is a 6'1 sophomore. Well, both teams play a lot of sophomores and juniors. Knocks the first one down and get the bonus.
Yeah, they're going to be good for another year or two.
Well, Lamont Frazier, both Lamont Frazier and Jim Vaughn building future teams, I can tell you that.
Well, you can tell, especially this year with both teams, but this is kind of a coming out year for both teams, and you can tell that the kids are buying into their coaches and what their coaches are trying to teach them.
Shavers with the ball, drives in and brings it back out.
And it takes 3 or 4 years to do that.
Oh, it does. Crothers with a drive, couldn't get it to go. Poplar Bluff with the rebound and the ball.
And that's another layup that Kennett just couldn't get to fall. It was a difficult one, but they just couldn't get it to fall.
Johnston inside when his man fell.
It's getting down to where Kennett's. This is probably a must basket on this possession.
Yeah. 2:25
Down
left
9.
in the game. Underneath, Gooden gets it.
And you get it to Gooden.
We got a quick timeout. We'll keep it right here. 66-59. Mules on top with 2:22 left.
And that was an excellent feed to Gooden underneath by Carruthers. Carruthers, for a junior in high school, has a court sense that is just pretty phenomenal. That from what I've seen him play this year, and he can especially see it when he gets from the free throw line in. He can find players, and that's difficult. That's high traffic area, and he can find the open man even when he's in that high traffic.
I want to tell you tonight's game brought to you by Three Rivers Community College, New Wave Communications Cable, Lincoln Lacey Motors there in Malden, First State Community Bank in Malden, CMOSportsWeb.com, also Glen Sane and Rector Kennett and Paragould, First National Bank in Kennett, Malden, Dexter, and Clarkton, Same Flooring in Kennett, and Crow Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear, attorneys in Kennett. Again, want to thank those folks for bringing the game. If you've enjoyed it, tell them if you see any of those sponsors how much you enjoy them bringing the game tonight.
if they're watching this game, they're enjoying it. I don't care who you are. If you're watching this game, if you like high school basketball, you're enjoying this game. And if you're not enjoying this game, you don't like high school basketball.
Well, it's been a dandy.
Kennett may be in the must-stop situation here, too. I think they need to do something. Timeout.
Poplar Bluff having trouble getting the ball in. Coach Frazier calls a quick time. No time expired. The ball never went inbounds. Poplar Bluff will inbound at the end line. First National Bank and Kennett, also Malden, Dexter, and Clarkton. Jeff Lack and all the fine folks in First National Bank. Stop in and see them at any 4 locations. That's First National Bank for all your banking needs. First National Bank. Terry, at one time, the fire chief was outside. The lights were going, and he still better be ready. 7-point lead, as quick as Kennett is, could evaporate very quick.
Well, they're going to be pressuring the ball, and they showed in the first half when they pressured the ball and were able to trap, they could create turnovers. They caused 12 first-half turnovers. They've caused 6 this half. 5 of those have been in this quarter. They can do it. They can turn the game around real quickly, but they're going to have to. I think they're almost in a must-stop situation here. There's a little over 2 minutes left. Poplar Bluff has done a really, really good job of controlling the tempo and controlling themselves on the offensive end, as well as what they're doing defensively with the 2-3 zone.
Johnson will inbound the ball, throws long to Ralston. Brothers fell down that time. Ralston picks up the loose ball and scores it. He has 8 1/4, 14 in the game. Kennett puts up a layup, would not go. Layup was shot by Shavers. He couldn't get it. Also, Wallace put one back, and he puts another one back, and he's fouled. Walls will go to the line to shoot 2.
Again, Kennett having trouble with the layup. He may miss 2 layups that time. Walls has not been a good free throw shooter this year.
He's 0 for 1 tonight. Both teams are in the bonus. Short on that one.
He's short on both of his so far tonight.
Cobles.
There's a miss. Kennett needs to get the offensive rebound, but that's going to be tough with Ralston and Johnson on the inside position for the Mules.
Coble back in for the Mules. Second one short. Rebound tip back up by Garmin and in. Garmin now with 5 1/4, 21 in the game. 1:55 left in regulation. Johnson with the ball.
He walked.
He's going to be called for a walk. Turnover. 68-61. The pressure defense on the press
defense
by the Mules, by the Indians made that turnover.
Okay, now Coach Bond's making the offensive substitution. He's got Wallace and Lack and Gooden in. So he's substituting offense for defense. I imagine if Kennett scores, he's going to call a timeout and do just the opposite.
Wallace with the ball to Gorman. Gorman out front for 3. In and out. Rebound by Ralston. A big rebound. He's being triple teamed. He gets the ball to McCain to White. White loses handle on the ball. Kennett has it back. They have the numbers. Shot put up by Gooden. Scores it. Jimmy Gooden.
There's the pressure by Kennett.
A timeout called by the Indians. They trail by 5 with 1:27 left.
They're going to put their defensive players in now, even though they caused a turnover. Poplar Bluff had an opportunity for a 4-on-1 break. Kennett had everybody but one guy down at their end of the court. Poplar Bluff had 4 maroon jerseys down at their end of the court, but the Kennett hands were able to create the steal, and then Jimmy Gooden pulls up at the free throw line. He hadn't made anything but layups today, but he pulls up the free throw line and hits the shot. He's been doing that his whole career. He's usually an underneath player, but over the years he has stepped out, hit big three-pointers, hit big shots like that. I think you got to call the fire chief again. Put him back on alert.
D-A-N-D-Y Dandy Brewing right here at the Indian Gym in Kennett. Folks, you've seen a good one, I'm telling you. 2 great ball clubs. You're seeing basically 10 players from each team out there playing, and the coaches are working hard.
Hey, Kennett's got the defensive team out.
Ball tipped out of bounds by the Mules.
Another turnover.
Whoop, whoop, they gave it back to Poplar Bluff. Gave it back to Poplar Bluff. I thought White may have touched the ball going out.
I thought he touched the ball. I thought the official ruled that way. He pointed down towards the Kennedy.
Yep. White with the ball. He's double teamed. He gives it to McCain. McCain into the front court. Gets it to Ralston. Ralston inside on the floor. The foul's going to go against the Indians. It's going to go against Jack Walls. Going to be his second. To the line for a 1-and-1 will be Jay Ralston. Ralston is 2 for 3 from the line.
Okay, the offensive substitutions in for Kennett.
Wallace, Slack, and Gooden in for the Indians.
What does Ralston have this half? He had 4 at the first half.
He has this half, he has 14. Now has 15 and a half, 19 in the game.
He's a scorer. He didn't get 1,000 points in his career by accident.
7-point lead by the Mules with 1:10 left in the game. Garman with the ball. Gets it to Crothers. Crothersville skips it underneath the Gooden. He puts it up. He's fouled. Couldn't get the layup to go if he could have got that. Would have been a big help.
Again, Crothers' court sense and the way he sees the court. To see Gooden underneath on that, just really special.
Gooden's first free throw will not go. Checking in for Kennett is Usry and Shavers. Gooden has 10 in the game. Gets the second one to go.
2-possession game.
Gooden goes out. Walls comes in for him for the Indians. 1:03 left. Clock running. Ralston with the ball. Gets it to McCain. Turnover. Kennett's got it. Garman all by himself. Scores it.
9 turnovers in this quarter.
Foul going to be called on Carruthers, as he couldn't keep his balance as he knocked White down. White will go the line to shoot 2. Poplar Bluff's in the double bonus. White has 8 in the game.
9 turnovers in this quarter that Kennett has caused against Poplar Bluff.
White knocks the first one down. Kennett's offensive team coming back in. Think this is a football game, wouldn't you? Offense, defense. We got Lack, Wallace, and Crothers back in for the Indians. 48.1 seconds left.
It's fun to watch good coaches coach it.
Oh, it is.
Ralston's huge.
Ralston with a rebound, sticks it back.
That may be the dagger.
Kennett quickly down the floor. We're going to have a blocking foul against the Mules as Garman went in for a layup. Foul will go against Coble. The line for 2 will be Fred Garman. Garman has 7 in a quarter, 23 in a game.
He needs to make both of these.
He gets the first one down. Defensive set coming back in for Kennett as Walls, Shavers, and Usry coming in. 39.1 seconds left in regulation. Kennett can cut it to 5. They do.
Okay, they can cause turnovers.
We got a timeout on the floor with 35.1 seconds left. Mules on top by 5. Terry, the Indians need a takeaway quick, and it's a 2-possession game.
They're almost to the point where they're going to need, if they can't get a quick takeaway, to start committing fouls. They're 5 down with 30 seconds to go. They're pretty much to that point. They're going to need to get a quick takeaway. But what they've done this quarter is do quick takeaways. I've got Poplar Bluff with 9 turnovers so far in this quarter.
I want to tell you this, our cameraman tonight is Brandon Horton, our producer Tyler Wagner, What a great job they have done for us tonight. Hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as they do, the work that they do. They're very good. Brandon Horton, he's a senior at Richland High School, and he and Haley Stockton have been our camera people all year long. They do a great job. Our producer, my partner at YHC, Tyler Wagner, he really does a great job on the TriCaster, and we thank him for that. Terry McVeigh, you're very knowledgeable about the game. Graduated at Poplar Bluff, played a lot of ball over there under Coach Gibbs. You know defense.
No, I didn't play a whole lot of ball over there. I watched a lot.
White will inbound.
I got to observe close up, but I didn't play much.
We're going to have a foul on Usry as he couldn't get the ball. He couldn't take it away, so he committed the foul. He's going to send McCain to the line. McCain is 2 for 2 from the line. He has 6 in a game. He has 2 shots coming up. 31.9 seconds left. First one's good. Notice what the Mules are doing. A good team will make free throws, and that's what Poplar Bluff Mules are doing right now.
They've made all but, I believe, 1 in this quarter.
They missed 2 this quarter. Make it 3 now. Brothers with the ball quickly in the front court. He drives in, puts it up, will not go. Tipped around. Johnson comes away with it.
Got a foul.
He's going to be fouled by Jay Shavers. 20.8 seconds to go. 74-68. Mules are on top by 6. To the line for 2 shots will be L.J. Johnson. He's 2 for 3 from the line tonight. He has 14 points in the game. Make that 15.
That's big. That makes it a 3-possession game with 20 seconds to go.
Second one will not go. Brothers with the rebound. Clock running.
Tim's going to do something quick.
Brothers puts up a 3, in and out. Ralston tips it around. We're going to have a foul against the Indians. Ralston will go the line for 2. Ralston is 4 for 4 in this quarter with free throws. He has 12 in the quarter, 18 and a half, 22 in the game. And a chance to add to it.
This game's probably going to end up a 9 or 10 point game, but it hadn't been a 9 or 10 point game. It's been a much closer game. Of course, Kennett's had to foul here in the last minute. The Poplar Bluff made their free throws and stretched it out a little bit, but this has been just an excellent game to watch.
Terry, I appreciate you getting us down here to do the game. I know you did a lot of work with the school, and we appreciate the Kennett school system working with us to bring you this game. And again, we look forward to games in the future. Shot put up by Shavers in the quarter. Will not go. Ralston's going to go in, slam it, as that will end the game. The Mules will win 79-68. We'll keep it right here. But let's take it back. Tyler says he wants to take it back. We'll get our stats together and be right back with you here in just a minute. Well, what a game we've seen tonight, folks, and I know that you've enjoyed watching it. Let's give you some quick stats here, give you points-wise for the Poplar Bluff Mules, who now go to 18-5 on the season. They were led in scoring by Jay Ralston with 19, and boy, what a second half he had. 15 by L.J. Johnson, 10 by Greg Coble. Then it was 7 points to Kendrick McCain, 9 points to Jake White, 5 points to Nick Schrum, 4 points to Jordan Marler, 2 points to Lee Abraham and Zach McNulty, also 3 points to Michael Griggs. Free throw-wise, 13 for 18 by the Mules, but they were 12 of 16 in that second half.
And all 18 free throws were in the second half. They didn't shoot a free throw the first half.
Correct. For the Kennett Indians, they were led in scoring by Fred Garman. Boy, what a game he had, folks. You've seen a great guard there. 25 points, 11 by Jimmy Gooden, 9 by Andy Lack. Andy Lack came off bench, really did some great shooting. 5 by Dwight Usry, 4 by Jack Walls, 4 by Cameron Wallace. Free throws, 10 for 15 for the Kennett Indians.
Well, I think you can look at some of the statistics from the first and second halves that'll tell the story of the game. Poplar Bluff, both teams ran hard the first half. The tempo was pretty well dictated by Kennett and what Kennett's defense wanted to do, and what Kennett wanted to do, and Kennett had a 1-point lead. The second half, Poplar Bluff comes out. Poplar Bluff doesn't shoot a free throw the first half.
Right.
Second half, they shoot 18 free throws. First half, Poplar Bluff shoots 6 3-pointers and make 2. Second half, they don't shoot a 3-pointer. They get into the half-court offense and feed the ball to Ralston. Ralston had 4 points in the first half. He had 15 points in the second half. They changed their attack. They changed their attack from running up, trying to keep up with Kennett running up and down the court, to slowing the ball down and slowing Kennett down, both with their offensive set, which they tried to run through the post, which took advantage of their size, and also at the defensive end by going into the 2-3 zone and pushing the Kennett offense out to about 25 feet to where the Kennett offense wasn't able to do much. In the fourth quarter, Kennett was able to pick up tempo some and cause some turnovers. Kennett caused 9 turnovers in the fourth quarter alone after only causing 1 in the third quarter. So I think those statistics will show you what adjustments Coach Frazier made to take the tempo away from Kennett. But it was an 11-point game, but it was a lot closer game than that.
Oh, yeah.
Kennett had some opportunities late. They missed some close-in shots. They missed some layups. If they make those, it's a completely different game. Poplar Bluff may have been fouling Kennett late to try to catch up. So it was just a great game to watch, great game to call.
Well, Ralston's last 2 points as the horn goes off gives the biggest lead by either team in the game, 11 points. So it was a close game all the way through. Kennett's biggest lead was 4 points. Poplar Bluff's biggest lead was 9 points until that final shot there as the horn goes off to win the game.
And that 9 point, they had a 9-point lead in the first quarter. Then Kennett comes back. That's when they had their 4-point lead. Was in the second quarters. In the first half, Kennett leads after the first half. So even though Poplar Bluff had a 9-point lead at one time, then they didn't get another 9-point lead until late in the game after Kennett was forced to foul to try to catch up.
Well, we want to tell you tonight's game has been brought to you by Three Rivers Community College, New Wave Communications Cable, Lincoln Lacey Motors here in Malden, First State Community Bank of Malden, CMOSportsWeb.com, Glenn Sane of Rector, Kennett, and Paragould, First National Bank, Kennett, Malden, Dexter, and Clarkton locations. Also, Same Flooring in Kennett, and Crow Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear attorneys right here in Kennett. Folks, again, we appreciate you making us your hometown channel. That's YHC TV. Again, this is our 51st game, high school game to do in the 2009-2010 season. 33 schools we will have brought different games for this year. 33 high schools, Northeast Arkansas, Southeast Missouri. We've seen a lot of ball.
I think we need to do more next year.
Look at Tyler over there. Look at Tyler.
You two guys are cringing. I'm saying, let's do some more. Let's play 2.
We'll
be like Ernie
let's
Banks. Let's play 2.
Banks. Yeah, we did 4 nights last week, 4 games. Of course, we did 26 games with the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament, all 26 games. And we are webcasting also on YHCTV.com 24 hours a day. Our station is broadcasting, so check us out on the web anytime if you're unable to catch us on the cable. Again, Brandon Horton on the camera, Tyler Wagner on the TriCaster, our producer tonight, Terry McVeigh, my cohort, and I tell you, very knowledgeable. Do a great job, Terry. We appreciate you. I'm Bill Hampton. If you're out and about on the roadways, we ask you to put the seatbelts on because we want you to be safe. We want to see a game before the season's over. Don't forget, live today, learn from yesterday, look forward to tomorrow. Have a great evening, everyone.